Hey y'all, I just finished up my tarot live, and guess who's going live yet again? Foodie Beauty. And she's doing a live right now called I Feel Violated. And I got a feeling that this live stream is going to be deleted. She's sounding kind of emotional. I don't know what it's about, but I want to capture it before it's gone. So since my tarot live is finished, we're going to jump into it. Sorry for no intro, but I don't know how long this live is going to be up, but my spidey senses are telling me she's going to get rid of it because, that's what Chantal does. She does a dirty delete. So she's sounding emotional. I was just on Twitter. She hopped back onto Locale Live. She was making all kinds of comments to people, which I will show you guys after I get through reacting to this. But I want to jump into this before it disappears. So we're just going to jump into it. Again, sorry for no intro, but let's see what's going on with her. Okay. So there she is. We're just a few minutes behind, and let's get started. Where's the doggone sound? Oh, I hate Wi-Fi sometimes.
So, for example,
Sorry about that. My computer's acting weird. Hurry up, computer. Let's go.
you, you just talk to my people. I'm sure I'll get maybe hateful super chats, but whatever. I hope not. Yeah, I'm not smoking weed or anything, just cigarette, which I never do. That like
Which means you went out and you got cigarettes, while you were out getting the food, and you're claiming that they belong to Salah. I think they belong to you because you're the only one that lives there, but that's a moot point. Who cares? It's her smoking a cigarette. I'm not really here for that. What else do you have to say, Chantal?
I just went in the room and took Salah's smokes. Can you guys?
And by the way, Chantal, you've shown us before that you smoke cigarettes. I mean, you smoke the shisha. Of course, you're going to smoke cigarettes. If you run out of shisha, or if you don't feel like going through the process of setting up the shisha. But I digress.
You hear me okay? Wait. Can you guys hear me okay? Sorry, I had the mic down low. Hey Blacks, yeah, I'm smoking and so I have the camera turned for now until I finish. Um so yeah, I just wanted it to be members only because like like I said, I guess I don't feel like editing a video, but I feel like I kind of feel stupid for doing this and like questioned if I should, but I feel like in the end I think it's like really important for me to express my feelings because I think that they're valid and I guess I didn't think that they were before. Um so basically thank you. Thanks, Cool Abby. Thank you. I'm so that's why I'm doing this. Like I really don't even want to. So okay, here goes.
And by the way, Chantal, I absolutely love the fact that you fired up this live. You said you feel violated. right? That's the title of this live. I feel violated. You're saying, I feel violated. But you're going to fire up your camera. You're going to fire up a live while you're feeling violated. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? You feel violated, so your first impulse is to turn on your camera and monetize being violated? Get out of here.
I was actually like watching a YouTuber live stream with her name is Grace Thorpe. She's pretty like infamous for being controversial, and she was recently on the Lolcow Live. Like, she was kicked off of Lolcow Live, and she was ranting about Keemstar in the show on a live stream. And I was fine. I was like, big fan of the show. I was like in the chat just tonight. I was.
Yeah, by the way, you guys, I was just on Twitter. Chantal was in the chat. Remember how she was on Lolcow Live making sexual comments to the guys? Well, she was making inappropriate comments in the chat. I'll show that later. She was telling people to eat a D, among other things. So she said to Salah, I'm not going to go over there ever again, right? But she went over there making comments like that as a Muslim woman. All right, Miss, I am so reverted.
Was talking to people on like the docket team, show planning team, about coming up and talking with them again and doing a show in the future. And then I was listening to Grace, and I didn't expect this to happen. But something she said, like, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, it just like it like smacked me in the face when she was saying how wrong it was for them to be passing around my OnlyFans nude photo and like making fun of it. And like and here's why. So basically,
oh my God, is she really about to do this? She went on Lolcow Live and that picture got mentioned. And Keemstar asked her on panel, do I have your permission to look at this photo? He asked permission and she said, yeah, go ahead. Now she's going to fire up a live and say, I feel violated. Is that what she's about to do? Claim that she feels violated when she gave them permission to look at the picture?
I fully, at the time, I consented to them looking at it.
Right, you did. You absolutely did. Keemstar specifically asked your permission. Is it okay if I look at this? And you said, yeah, go ahead. You were very blasé about it. Go ahead, look at it. Now you feel violated?
And when I went on the show,
Chantal, you went on that show because you were hoping to get a spot on Lolcow Live and be on the Lolcow Queens panel and get paid. You got rejected. Tina said she didn't want you on the Lolcow Live panel. Keemstar specifically said he wasn't looking for someone like yourself. Okay, you two people telling you they didn't want you up there. And I'm sure you were counting on that to make money, but it just didn't pan out. It wasn't for you. And maybe it hurts your feelings that you got rejected by other Lolcows, but that's just the way things go. But you were up there enjoying the attention. You were. You were perfectly fine. You could have left at any time. You stayed there for an hour, girl. An hour. You could have left, but you didn't. You were in the chat. You weren't even scheduled to go up on panel. You were practically begging to go on panel. So they let you up and you got torn to pieces. Then they asked your permission. Can we look at this picture? You said yes. You wanted the guys to look at that picture. You wanted these men to look at it. So if somebody asks you permission, can we look at this? And you give permission, you can't turn around and say, oh, I feel violated. You can't say that.
He asked me, like Keem was looking at his phone, and he asked me, like, do you mind if I look at your vagina? Like, basically like that. Can I look at the picture? And it's like he was probably already looking at it because he was looking at his phone. And
but you don't know that. You don't know what he was looking at. He could have been looking at something else. But he asked you before he saw anything of you, are you okay with this? You said, yeah, sure, whatever. That was your attitude. You weren't even hesitant when you said, yeah, sure. Like, you didn't hesitate at all. You wanted him and Boogie and Wings and whoever else would want to look at it to look at it. You wanted them to.
I was kind of caught off guard. Hi, Teardrop. It's so good to see you. I'm explaining about like
you were even bragging about your vag, girl.
Something that I heard today just like smacked me in the face, like with reality, like, and I'm going to get into it because I have a lot to say. I don't think they had that intention. I think they just wanted the entertainment value of it. And
you weren't even supposed to be you were not a scheduled guest on Locale Live. You begged your way up there. You weren't set up. I've seen that comment in your chat that you were set up. There was no possible way it was a setup. It wasn't as if they set up a panel, they invited you on, they lied to you about a topic, and then when you got up there, they blasted you with another topic and dogpiled you. You got up there willingly, and you stayed up there, and you gave them permission to look at your photos. You did. And then you made the sexual comment to all the men.
And because of my past, like 3 years ago, something like this wouldn't have affected me. If it did, I bottled it up. So, for example, like back to the story, I'm all over the place. Because I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, probably from them too. So I said yes. I said, yeah, go ahead, look at it. I don't think I think what Grace said hit me because I don't think I fully processed it. So they looked at the picture. It was a picture of my nether region from my OnlyFans, and they basically like passed it between Keem.
And I don't know what exact picture they're talking about, but it's the one I'm thinking of. She had her panties on. It was just like a side view it was going on, but not a full-on vag shot. So if that is the picture in question, you didn't see the full-on front view of the vag. You just saw like from the side, and the panties were halfway covering it up.
And Wings. And then that loudmouth Tina, they were all making fun of it as if like if we saw them naked, we wouldn't be gagging. But anyways, so I realized whenever Grace said that, like how wrong it was that they were doing that to a woman. I felt like I felt violated in a bad way. Like, and what I'm really, really angry at is myself. And you know why? Because it makes me realize, it brings me back to 3 years ago that I let men violate me, that I let people access my body that didn't deserve it, and it made me feel like that again, you know? So I just feel really gross. I feel dirty, and I feel just mad at myself that in this instance, when that was happening, and so many fucking times in my life, I never stood up for myself. I was never my cheerleader. I don't give a fuck about myself. I don't care enough about myself. I don't care about my health. I hurt myself every day. So of course I let others hurt me. I don't care. A log cow still has feelings, Andre Marie. I'm still a woman. Okay? Like,
You know what? I'm just going to go on record as saying this. This pisses me off so much. This does. The very fact that she's got this title, I feel violated. It's a slap in the face to people who really have been violated, who have been hurt, who were real victims. Total slap in the face. She was never violated. Everything that happened to her in Crackhead Olympics, she invited it to happen. Every time she saw Natter, she invited each and every occasion. She went to his house. She spent time with him. She kept going to his house over and over and over and over and over again. Here she is trying to paint herself the victim, saying, I feel violated. It's a slap in the face to people who actually have gone through trauma and instances where they were violated. Against their consent. You got nerve, Chantal, painting yourself a victim. You've never been a victim. You've always been the predator. Always preying on people, always looking for their weaknesses, always trying to exploit their weaknesses for your benefit. Screw your alligator tears. Cry me a river.
and honestly, it is gross for men to treat women that way, especially a woman wearing a hijab. And you know the worst part?
Ma'am, you went up on panel wearing the hijab, wearing the abaya. You were cursing. You were saying disgusting, profane things while wearing the hijab, while wearing the abaya, giving permission for men to look at your private parts, offering sexual favors to men up there. You claim to be a Muslim woman, but you don't act like it. You are not a good representation of someone who's a Muslim. And you pick and choose when you're offended. You pick and choose what the rules are about that. You keep moving the goalpost. It depends on your mood and what you want to do. You don't have the faith in your heart. Not at all. You never have. You said yourself you like wearing the abaya and you like wearing the hijab because it covers up your body, covers up you gaining weight. You said that. It was never about faith. It was not about being spiritual, being close to Allah. It was about you just finding a way to cover up the fact that you were gaining more weight. You had no intention of changing yourself when you went to Kuwait. No intention at all. You just wanted to be next to a man that wanted nothing to do with you. So you went up on Lolcow Live, acting like Foodie Beauty, and now you want to cry tears? As Miriam, not buying it.
Is I didn't tell Salah the full extent of it. I think that he just like basically, you know, kind of glossed over it, because I think if he really listened to everything, he would just
You're so violated, yet you went back over to Locale Live after being roasted. You went right back over there and you got in the chat and you were insulting people, Chantal. You were so violated, yet you sat in the chat talking to people and insulting people. So make it make sense.
he was mad enough. He wasn't. I went up on a panel with other men, and that I don't think he realized like the full extent. I basically just glossed over it and was like, well, he's gonna know now, but he's sleeping. And I had to tell somebody, like nobody I know was like awake. So like he I just feel gross. Like I feel gross, and I just blocked everybody from that side of things, and it's just, I don't know, it was just really a dumb thing for me to do, and I take responsibility for doing that. I was really caught off guard when I went up there, and the first thing they asked me was like, can I see your vagina? You know, like it was just really, I don't know. And I know those pictures are on the internet forever, and you know, I'm just like really mad at myself that I didn't value myself more. So that's it, I guess. I don't know. So I really didn't even, the thing is like, I know people are going to say, well, you didn't feel that way the time that you were up there. I don't think I really realized how I felt about it. I just kind of went with the flow for the show and thought, okay, it's just comedy. It's my pictures are out there anyways on the internet. They're going to see them anyways. Thanks guys for listening. Yeah. No, you didn't, Andre Marie. Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I'm not on here for sympathy. I'm just on here.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And you're looking for attention, and you have the absolute nerve to make this title saying, I feel violated, when you weren't violated. You went on a panel. People asked your permission to look at pictures. You gave your consent. So how were you violated when you gave your consent? They didn't just look at the pictures without your consent. They asked your consent and you gave it. You were very blasé about it. Go ahead. They're out there. You could have said no. You didn't say no. You consented. And then you, on top of that, you proceeded to make really gross comments to the guys. I'll suck your D, right? Talking about your vag.
To like vent my feelings, because like I said, I think it'll, I don't know, I hope it helps me in some way. And it just was like really, really powerful message that, like, you know, you guys probably don't even know who this Grace person is. But yeah, it was kind of bombarding, and you know,
and it wasn't as if they showed the picture on live stream. The picture was never shown. Like they looked at it amongst themselves perhaps, but nothing was ever shown on stream. No picture was ever shown of her private parts on stream.
Just
But she felt free as a person to not only give consent to these strangers to look at her vag, but to talk about it in front of 4,000 people.
I think maybe just really inappropriate for a married man to ask like a hijabi woman that, and it's inappropriate for me as a hijabi to be like, I guess, look at it, whatever.
But, ma'am, you went up there not acting like a Muslim woman, not talking like a Muslim woman. As a matter of fact, if you had been a true Muslim woman, you would have gone up in the first place. You wouldn't have wanted to be on the locale live, because you know what they do there. It's about locales. You know they get raw there, and you want a job with all of them. You desperately want to be hired by Keemstar and be part of the Locale Queen panel, and you got rejected. So a true Muslim woman wouldn't even consider something like that, and you did. You were working hard trying to get up there. So you can't come around back to Keemstar and say, oh, it's very disrespectful. You're a guy and I'm a hijabi, when you weren't acting like one. Not with your mannerisms, not with your words, not with your attitude, not with anything. If you had been true to the Muslim faith that you took the Shahada for, A, you wouldn't have been on that channel. B, you would have been talking the way that you were talking. C, you wouldn't have been acting the way that you were acting. You weren't acting like Miriam. You were acting like Foodie Beauty, and that's exactly the way you were treated.
But I really didn't really know what to say, I know, Teardrop. I really just, even myself 3 years ago, like when I was doing OnlyFans, I didn't respect myself. Like I didn't respect my body. I didn't respect myself at all. I have the opinion that not everyone deserves access to your body, and that's just my opinion. Like, and that's how I feel. And now I feel, I don't know. Like, I guess I was also like in a bit of disbelief. Like, what? Like somebody like Boogie is making fun of my private parts. Like, what? Anyway, thanks. I think I'll ever have to quit smoking. I honestly, this is very impromptu. Hey, Vampira. Not really, but I will be. Thank you. I was just like cleaning up. I couldn't sleep. Salah, of course, is sleeping. Yeah.
She feels violated, but do you guys see any tears rolling down her face? Shouldn't she? This is all BS. I am absolutely disgusted with her right now. I feel violated. It's a slap in the face and it's mockery to those that have actually been through trauma. Chantal.
That's the thing, Teardrop. It's like nobody cares about how anyone feels online. Like I feel like I just need to take a break from the internet because
look at her. She's trying to cry. She can't even squeeze the tears out.
It's just all about entertainment. I just don't feel really good right now. So really am just shocked. And I understand why people say therapy, because I feel like there's feelings that I don't realize I have. I didn't feel like I would feel this way, until I heard her say that. How wrong it was for them to be doing that, to be passing around my pictures and making fun of it. And it makes me feel violated.
Fuck you, bitch. My sympathy, my care, my empathy goes for real victims. And you aren't one. You are not one. You never be one. You choose when you're a victim. Real victims never get to choose. You choose when you talk about your victimhood, which is fake. You're a fake, phony victim. You always have been. You always will be. You were wanting attention. You went up on LolCal Live looking for attention. You got it, just not in the way you wanted it. You wanted me the star of attention. Oh, you were. But again, careful what you wish for. You just might get it, just in a way you never imagined. You got roasted. You know what I think, Chantal? I don't think you were violated. I think you're upset and you're crying because you were really, really hoping to be hired by LolCal Live and be making $4,000, $5,000 a month, and they rejected you. So that's really upset you. So you're going to turn it around as they violated me. Fuck off. You didn't get what you want, so now you're trying to paint it as they violated me. You're disgusting.
And I think because I'm LolCal status, that people think that it's okay to just like do whatever. And I know I said yes, go ahead. And that's why I feel mad at myself for allowing that, like, people to do that to me.
You know what I keep thinking about right now, Chantal? I keep thinking about when you were with Natter and you were claiming that you went through trauma with Natter about an occasion that you had with him and Dee Dee. First, you tried to say that he pressured you. And then when people kept poking at you, trying to find out what was going on, later on, you said to everybody, I exaggerated the claims. You exaggerated the claims. You did that to get attention. You wanted people to be concerned. You wanted people to feel sad for you. So is that what this is? You didn't get your way? You didn't get hired? So you're going to paint them all as the bad guy, even though they asked your permission to look at the pictures and nothing was shown on stream? Again, fuck off.
They've already sent a lot of his lazy. I've got teardrops in the pool. When he asked me, like, he was really mad at me because I went behind his back when he was sleeping. They asked me up, like, I was awake. I didn't want to wake him up for that. Because in his culture, it's not about them wanting me or whatever. Like, as a Muslim woman, and to talk about those things.
Yeah, but you did. You did. And when they were laughing at your husband, did you defend your husband? No, you laughed right along with them.
But we're 3 years ago in my culture, this would have been totally normal. And I think I just like had.
So you went up there as Foodie Beauty not as Miriam. And that's exactly how they treated you, because you presented yourself as Foodie Beauty, not as Miriam, the Muslim revert.
Moment where I regressed back into that role.
What are you talking about, regress back into that role? You never left. You never stopped being Foodie Beauty. You were never Miriam. You were always Foodie Beauty. Always. You never stopped being who you are, because you never can stop being who you are. You know, it's who you are, Chantal.
Yeah, Vampira. I mean, I was in the wrong for even being up there, number one, and consenting to it, number two. And I think that they just were looking like the entertainment of it. I don't know. But in relationships, to look at that.
Well, it's weird for
You know?
married women, especially married Muslim women, or people like yourself that claim to be Muslim and you're not, to want to go up on a panel and curse and swear and go off on other people and talk about their vag and offer sexual favors. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird. You stepped into the arena, you invite all that.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone has a past. And it's just like, just going through something.
You know what? Sliding doors here. I wonder if Chantal had gotten hired by Locale Live, if they would have allowed her on the Locale Queen panel, if she'd be doing this live right now. I bet she wouldn't. I bet she's doing it just because she didn't get hired. And this is a way of getting back at all of them, because they roasted her and because she's not making money there.
Thank you. I mean, thank you.
I'll tell you what, Chantal, women who feel truly violated, they don't want to get on the internet and talk about how they were violated with tons of strangers. If you're really violated, you can't do that.
Like, because like it's just hard.
You keep promising that. Oh, I'm going to quit YouTube. I'm going to take a break, but you never do. You're too addicted to attention. You need attention. You're too afraid of all the reactors finding somebody else to react to, and then your dying channel will be completely dead, because you know the reactors are the only ones keeping it interesting. Should you take a break? Yeah, because I think you're burnt out. I think you've got nothing left. It would be beneficial for you to take a break, but are you going to? Probably not, because you can't afford to. You put yourself in a position where you can't afford to leave. And Salah's not going to support you and pay all the bills. He can't afford your food, house you. So you kind of put yourself in a corner where you're stuck. You're absolutely stuck.
I just need like time to myself. I don't feel too good. Yeah, so I basically just glossed over like what I told Salah. And like English is not his first language. I don't think he understood a lot of the terms and banter. I think I'm gonna tell him fully, but like what happened. You know, and I feel bad like it's just really hard.
Oh, because people in the chat are saying right now that she should ask Keemstar to take that live down. No, he shouldn't take it down because nothing was shown. Nothing was shown. No picture was shown. They talked about a picture, but no picture was shown. Chantal wants the live taken down because she went out there and she clowned herself, and it's on the internet forever, and she can't dirty delete. So if this is her little way of trying to get them to take it down, it ain't gonna work. Like she's got no leg to stand on. She can't go to YouTube and say I was violated because there was nothing shown. Like you got no leg to stand on with this one, Chantal. You can't go to YouTube and say, well, they showed this and that when nothing was shown. They talked about something, but nothing was ever shown. So you're going to try to put pressure on Keemstar to take the live down because you made a complete ass of yourself? That's your fault. You walked up there and you did that yourself.
Thank you, Katie. That's what I don't know my worth. Blacks. I feel like I totally forever in my life. Just like always let people do whatever they want. You know, and I don't know why. Thank you, Marie. Welcome to Fair Court Research Ready Set Bees. Yeah, I do, yeah. I think it's gross that I don't know, I felt a little ambush like the minute I
Bitch, how dare you? You're making fun of somebody who lost their leg to diabetes. How fucking dare you? So you start off this live with a title saying, I feel violated, and you can go get fucked on that because you were never violated. No picture was shown. Your permission was asked and then given. And then you're going to turn around and go after somebody who lost their leg? No, ma'am. No.
being at you that your bush is hairy. Just, you know, like what? And then they're passing around the picture, and then, like, can I see it? Like, you would have looked at it anyway. You had it, like, right there.
He could have deleted it. He might have deleted it if he said, hey, I would rather you not look at the picture. I'm a Muslim woman now. I have a husband. I would prefer you not look at the picture. He may have looked at it. He may not have looked at it, per what you said. He might have just hit delete and not looked at it. But you gave permission and you acted like it didn't bother you. So he went ahead and looked at it, but he did ask you permission. And this is part of the reason why, because you are manipulative, Chantal. And I'm sure that's one of the reasons why he asked you on stream if he could look at it, because of this situation right here. Just in case you came back around later after you got mad and said, oh, they looked at a picture and they didn't get my permission. They got you on tape giving your permission.
So I said, whatever, look at it. I mean, and at the time I was like, whatever, you know, just gloss over it. Whatever, you know. I excused it. I excused my giving permission, and Why would I do that?
You did it though.
On my part, why would I not care about myself enough, respect myself enough to say fuck you to all of them? No, that's not why I'm up here, so you can laugh at my vagina with.
You stayed for an hour. They asked you about the picture was passed around, and you proceeded to stay up there for a freaking hour. So if you are feeling a certain kind of way, why didn't you leave?
Like from someone like Boogie who hasn't even seen his dick in like how long? Give it a trying to bring it up every effing day. You know what I mean? Like I really have to give it a memorial and just like never dig into it.
Chantal, you
really,
talk about everybody lives in the past but me. But yet you're the one that always brings up the past. You still talk about Natter when you don't have to. You still bring him up. You talk about stories from your past and things you used to do back in Canada and your childhood stories. All of those things relate to your past. You're always bringing that stuff up. You live in the past because you got nothing to talk about in the present, and you're the one that decides you want to do lives. So if you do lives for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, you got to have something to talk about. And there's nothing going on in the present, so you got to go back in the past. So you live completely in the past. You have not moved on. You even said you don't like change. Change is scary. New things are scary. So you stay with the old familiar and you stay in the past. But you still talk about Natter to this day. You brought him up today, but you don't live in the past, right?
really just move on and be the person I want to be. Oh, teardrop. Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you guys for listening to me because I really feel like I don't have anyone right now.
Are you upset over them passing around your picture? Or are you upset because you didn't get hired for Locale Live? Or are you upset because Natter has court tomorrow and you're just spinning in your head about that? I think it's a combination of those things.
The thing is like I feel like I can't move on. Like I haven't grieved a lot. I've just buried a lot of feelings from 3 years ago. I know I should confide in him.
What do you mean?
Fluff Puff member for 8 months. Love you always. Thank you, Fluff Puff. Ready, set, rebees. And that's the thing. Like I know he's accepted me for who I am.
Nah, he accepted your paycheck. He's not into you. You guys have a bromance. You guys have a business relationship. That's all it is. It's all it was. It's all it'll ever be. It's a situationship, not a relationship. And as long as the paychecks are coming in, the situation continues. When the money stops, then he's gone. He's not into you, Chantal. He will never be into you, Chantal. It's been 3 years. You've been waiting for him to fall in love, but he's not falling in love. Okay? It'll never happen. If you've been waiting this long and it hasn't happened, it ain't gonna happen. He's just not that into you. In fact, he's not into you at all. So just let it go. Let him go. Stop using blackmail and threats and money to hang on to him. That is not the way you hang on to a person. That is not the way you get into their heart. Do you understand? It's not the way. Threatening someone to keep them near you, blackmailing them, acting like a gluttonous black widow spider, leading men into your web and wrapping them in silk and trapping them is not how you get a man to feel love. Or did your mother not teach you that?
I don't think he would if I didn't change to become a better person. Like, if I was still, he didn't like me to smoke weed. Like, he hated it. Every time I'd be on live and I would he would know, he would be mad at me for it. He, the way I was 3 years ago, there's no way. Because
Are you kidding me? Chantal, he doesn't care about you. He never has. He cares about what you can give him, but he doesn't care about you. There is a worse place besides love and hate. Indifference. Indifference is worse than hate. Hate, you actually feel something. Indifference, you feel nothing. You feel absolutely nothing. That's where he is with you. He is indifferent to you. He is not emotionally invested in you. He's indifferent. That's why he can turn the other cheek. When you go online and you're cursing, you're smoking, you're acting completely out of pocket. He's indifferent. He don't care. He's like, do whatever you got to do as long as I get paid. As long as I benefit from what you're doing, I don't care and I'm not going to say a word. Go for it. So you do. And you think, oh, he accepts me because he lets me do what I want. Yeah, he lets you do what you want as long as he gets paid. Dummy. He's getting a benefit. A man who really loved you will put his foot down on a lot of things you do and say, that's enough, lady. We need to course correct some things. He's not doing that because his heart is not on the table and it never will be.
that he thinks that have potential to be better than that. But he still accepts my personality because I still obviously am, but I'm just living for a bit. Yeah, I feel like that too.
If you have to completely change yourself into something you aren't to be around a person, that is not the person you need to be around. If you can't be your real, authentic self in front of anyone, whether it's a man you like or someone you want to be a friend, if you have to be somebody completely different, if you got to fake the funk, they're not meant to be around you, nor you around them. And you've been doing this thing with Salah for 3 years where you've been faking the funk. You've been faking who you are just to stand next to him and making yourself miserable because you're stupid. It's time to get real. For real.
Forgiving myself is the hardest I've ever had to forgive. I freely forgive others who've hurt me, but I can't quite forgive myself. Yeah, exactly.
And I love the fact that you feel violated and you cried a couple of tears and those tears dried up real quick. Really love that.
Yeah, cool, Abby. Exactly. I realize that. I guess, like I said, um, I don't know. Mama Juice. Oh my god, she's so cute right now. It's hard. A teardrop it is. Going to get I'm going to Canada anytime soon.
And why not? Why not go home to Canada? What is the benefit of staying in Kuwait? Tell me, because I really like to know. I really like to understand, Chantal. As a person, as a reactor, I'd like to understand what is the benefit to you to staying in Kuwait? Is it because you can't afford a place to live in Canada? You don't have any money saved up and starting up would be expensive? Is that the reason? Is the reason because of your bankruptcies and the tax man will be chasing you from one end of Canada to the other? Or maybe it's because you know yourself. You know the moment you set foot in Canada, it's over. That you're going to go absolutely hog wild with food, with edibles, with everything, and that will probably land you in the hospital. But what is the reason of staying in Kuwait and carrying on this farce? What is the reason? Your channel's going downhill. Your views suck. The money's going down. You could barely afford to be there. What is the point? You're around a guy that can't stand you. What is the point? You've lost control of Salah. He's not in your control anymore. You're out of control with yourself. What is the doggone point?
She's got to go to the vet today for a checkup, like post op. Yeah, I'm listening and I know, like, I know the hate I'm going to get. Like, oh, she's just like doing it for attention.
You are. This title, I feel violated. Like I said, to me, it feels like a slap in the face to people that have actually been through trauma, not of their choosing, not of their consent. It feels like a big old slap in the face. You put this title on purpose. On purpose. I feel violated. When you gave consent for them to look at your pictures and your pictures were never shown on stream. And I bet if they'd hired you, you wouldn't be singing this tune right now. You'd be singing a whole different tune. You're mad because you didn't get hired, period. Other people got hired, you did not.
Like, she's full of crap, but this is like honestly how I feel. Yeah, it's 9. I
Because
feel
I'll tell you what, if she'd really been violated, she wouldn't be on camera right now. She wouldn't be able to talk about it with all these strangers. Her tears wouldn't have dried up that quick. She wouldn't be this calm. So she can go fuck off.
very, yeah, it is sunny. Yeah. And like,
I'm sorry I'm using all this bad language, y'all, but I am pissed off. I am pissed off that she has the nerve to get on camera acting like a victim. I feel violated when she gave consent. And if you've ever been a victim of something, of DV, of SA, which I have been, this will piss you off. So I'm pissed off and I'm cursing. And I'm using bad words, and that's just how it is, and I apologize.
knew that vampire here I knew what the show was about, but I just never thought that that would be like this, like my vagina, my nether regions, or pics from my past.
So
I
you
think people
basically
who
just
pass
said
people
yourself what we already knew. You thought you could just tiptoe over to that community, the drama community. You could just tiptoe over there, get a job there. And because it wasn't girl world, they probably wouldn't know about the lore, the things you've done, and they knew more than you thought. And they called you out on a lot of things when you were up there. You weren't ready and you didn't think that would happen. But you got called out. You went up there being the clown and you got clowned hard. You got roasted hard. You could have left. The moment that you realized that they knew more than you thought, you could have left. But no, Dehydration Debbie got activated. You were looking for attention. You were thirsty for attention. And so you did whatever it took to get the attention. Maybe you thought by acting like a big time locale, that would impress Keemstar, excuse me, and he would hire you. Maybe you thought the bigger fool that I look on camera, the greater the chance of him hiring me. Well, it didn't work. You just look stupid because you are stupid.
people's nudes around are just really gross in general. Yeah, blocks. Play Crazy Frog. I can't play it. I feel
And you know what? She's coming on camera. She's complaining to her VIBs, like, I feel burnt out. I feel this. I feel that. People in her chat are saying, maybe you need to go home to Canada. And she's saying, no, 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 I don't want to go home to Canada. You know what? I get a picture in my mind with you, Chantal, of a person in the middle of the ocean, in the water, splashing around, saying, help me, help me. And then a boat passes by, and people hear all the commotion, and they shine a flashlight down at the person splashing in the water. And the person saying, help me, help me. And then the people on the boat say, hold on. We're going to send down a life preserver and a lifeboat and get you out of there. And the person in the water says, oh, I'm okay. I'm good. I'm all right. I don't need help. And then the people on the boat scratching their head like, then what were you making all that noise for? You're making all the noise like you're in distress, and you're really not in distress. I guess you're okay. You make a bunch of noise to get attention. You raise the alarm bells for no reason. You do it all the time. You're the girl that cried wolf, okay? You're the girl who cried wolf. You're feeling a certain kind of way, yet you don't want to do anything about it. You're feeling burnt out? Okay. You're feeling sad? Go home to Canada or go seek therapy in Kuwait. Do something. Stop using your hug box as your therapy. Stop raising their alarm bells. Take care of your doggone self.
like, you know, I don't know. I just feel gross about it. I don't try. Yeah, lanky. Um, Mary, I don't think they meant wrong. I think they just like because they like just before listening to that Grace's stream and coming to this realization, hit the bricks, and just before that, I was in the Discord talking with a Virgin Docket team member, planning to go on and do shows like on the Walkout Queens.
Oh, that's another thing that
I was
happened,
planning a
y'all.
show.
So I was just on Twitter. Apparently, there's been talk about her going on again. So when she was on Locale Live and her picture was being passed around, she allegedly felt violated, and yet there were plans of her going up a second time. So again, make sense of all that, because I can't.
On that, I was planning on.
Yeah, here come grand finale says you offer to give a blowjob to a man, and that super chat just got deleted.
Like I didn't want to audition, but I was planning on. Maybe
Truth Bomb says sorry about your wounded ego. Here's some pity cash, and that got
doing a show. Wings was asking me to go on tonight or tomorrow to talk about things, and I said I don't want to talk about anything sexual, blah blah blah. Like I said that in the message. And he's like, no, it won't be like yesterday. And I was like, fine. I was fine. I wasn't fine. Like inside, I wasn't fine. And you know, my intention is not to like crap on them. I'm mad at.
But you did. You are insinuating that these people violated you. So you kind of did crap on them. You kind of did. You knew what you were getting yourself into. You know what kind of content they do. You watch their stuff all the time, and you're insinuating that they violated you somehow.
Myself for just allowing people to treat me that way. You know.
You allowed yourself. You were.
I don't know.
Yeah. You wanted to go up there and have them praise you and pat you on the back and not know about your past and not talk about your past. And you got roasted instead. So you're all kinds of salty about that.
Yeah. Yeah. I was really caught off guard by that. I didn't think about that. I don't think they would take the video down.
Nope. They got no reason to. Nothing was shown that would get them in trouble. The picture wasn't shown on screen. You got no basis for having that live taken down. And I think that's another thing that's making you upset, is that you can't play the game on the Locale Live channel that you can on your channel, that if you say and do something stupid, you can get rid of it. If it's somebody on somebody else's channel, it's up and it's going to stay up. You're mad about that.
I don't think anybody cares about other people's feelings on the internet.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, but they're not sure if that would work, you know?
Nope. Nope. She's mad. She's mad. Keemstar covered his ass. He asked permission. Nothing was shown. And on top of that, he asked permission. She can't do anything. And she's mad because she can't do anything. On what grounds would she have to do something? She can't go to YouTube and complain about an image being shown. Nothing was shown. It was just simply talked about. She's mad about not getting hired. She's mad because she can't delete the stream. They made her look completely foolish. Like Chantal was complaining about the amount of haters in girl world, yet her stupid self went over to a different community of people, a big channel, made a fool of herself, clowned on herself, had other people clown on her. So even more people know about all the things she's done. Well done, Chantal. Well done.
I would make their life hell because I consented to it. But I
Yeah,
was
you
like
did.
literally like, you know, caught off guard. Foodie beauty. I'm foodie beauty. There can't be two foodie beauties. We'll see if this person is sidewind. You're better off. No, I've blocked all of them. I left the server. I don't want to have anything to do. You have to forgive yourself. Happen. Troll with who? You'll change your name. Yeah, Katie, like that's what I mean. Like it's weird. I thought I was fine. Like I said, I was planning on doing other shows with them just tonight. Then I turned, put in my kitchen, and because I couldn't sleep, so I was in bed. Like I was in bed with Salah. He fell asleep, and I got up. I couldn't sleep, so I was in the kitchen and just cleaning around here. And then I sat here. I was taking a break, sitting here, and I was listening. And she said, like verbatim, basically, they're going to talk about, me being. She was saying this. They're going to talk about me being abused by my father. Uh, is not abusive. And then I was just like, and then I replayed everything that happened in my head, and it just like I won't like got sick to my stomach. Like it felt like a ton of bricks hit me right in the gut, and I was like, I felt cheap. I felt violated. I felt bad for myself. I felt mad at myself. If you want your
Accept the violated part because you are not violated. You could just take that word out of the group of words you just said because you were never violated. You're just trying to put the spin on that as I'm the victim. They violated me, but you were not the victim because they asked your consent. And I'm going to keep saying that over and over because that matters. You are trying to paint yourself the victim when you went up there soliciting attention from those people.
okay, Amber, I don't want my channel to grow on those conditions. I'm fine. Um, but thanks for the super chat. It's Keemstar's channel, but it's Lolcow Live is the channel. Okay, Bear. I'll check it out after this. Hey, Sting. It's a long. I just rewind it, but I didn't think that I felt that way, like at all. And I know I seem dramatic, but like I don't want to ignore my feelings about it. Hey, Corvus. Yeah, it's pictures from my OnlyFans. I don't know, ECP. Why do you guys think I should ask for it to be taken down? Or like my portion cut?
Oh, hell no. You're not going to do that. You can't do that. You manipulative piece of crap. You're taking that angle. You're trying to figure out a way for that stream to be taken down because you look like a complete jerk. And you know you are. So you're trying to be manipulative and evil, trying to take that stream down because the longer it stays up, the more people know about you, about what you've done outside of girl world. You have no basis, Chantal. Nothing. You can't go to YouTube and complain about anything. What's your complaint going to be? You can't say using a public, a private image. They didn't show one. Why do you think Keemstar asked you permission, stupid? He didn't want to get in trouble. He was testing you, but he was also covering his butt. Did you not figure that out when it happened? Because I did.
I just feel like I don't want to be alone.
You know, like that was kind of his disclaimer, that if you came back later and complained about people looking at your picture, he could take that part of his stream, show it to YouTube, give them a timestamp, and nothing will happen to his channel. Nothing at all.
And like, I don't want to wake up my husband. He went to bed not long ago.
He's not even there.
Yeah. Thanks, Andre Marie. That's why he asked me. Like, when I think about it, I see what he did. He's like being smart about it. He asked me first.
Right.
Which, like, I know, like, what happened with Salah and I happened, and you could go back and say, well, he did this, blah, blah, blah. But it's weird to me that a married man would, like, ask. I don't know.
You know, in that moment, Keemstar was not being, he didn't have his husband hat on. He had his, I'm on YouTube. This is my channel. This is where I make money. I've got my businessman hat on. I got my money hat on. So here's this situation where this person has private pictures, and I'm going to do what I need to do to protect myself. I'm going to ask permission. And if I get their permission and I look at their pictures, they can't come back later and be vindictive, because I'm pretty sure they know what a vindictive bitch you are. So to protect themselves against you and your vindictive, wrathful nature, he asked your permission. He covered himself. Yeah, it was smart. It was very smart on his part. He threw that out there on purpose. I saw right through it as soon as it happened. I knew that's exactly why he did that. You should have picked up on that too. You should have realized the moment he asked that question that if you say yes, there's no turning back. But you said yes, you gave permission for everybody to look, so you can't say that nobody was allowed to look. And now you're mad because you realize you consented to something, so you can't have the stream taken down. Nothing was shown anyway.
You think so, Nostoon? Latina lady bashing your pics, like, are you serious? Teardrop. That's what I said.
You can't even claim revenge corn because nothing was shown. Nothing was shown. It was talked about, but nothing was openly shown
in the stream, but I didn't say it enough. Like, please. It's so weird to me. Like, I don't know. I just felt weird. I felt gross. I don't know if he knows to the full extent. I don't think so. I think he would have been a lot more upset. But like at the same time, those pictures are out there for anyone to look at.
Yeah,
You
true.
know?
So at the time that you were doing only hands and you were doing those pictures and the stuff where you did the peeps in the bathtub during Easter, you were okay with strangers looking at those pictures. And then when the topic gets brought up on a panel, but nothing is shown, suddenly it becomes a problem and you feel violated.
Lazy, stop it. You have a picture of Luigi Mangione. You guys make me laugh. The big toothless tuna. She really is such a bitch. I'm sorry. I couldn't do a show with her. Anyway, like, holy fuck. And this same loser says I'm vile. She had the nerve to you're just nasty to women, aren't you? All you do is yell and scream at the friggin' women that come on the panel and make fun of their vaginas. Are you kidding me? Like, please. Vampira. Teardrop. Fluff puff. But you know what? It didn't really bug me as much from her because, like, I guess she's a woman. I just thought it was weird, you know, three married men, you know, passing it around and like laughing at it. Like, are you kidding me? Like, Boogie is like taking bubble baths with rubber duckies with a fucking 19-year-old, and he's like 50 or she's 20. Ooh, sorry.
Why do you sound so irritated about the fact that the men on panel weren't into you? You're a married woman, allegedly, and you've got Salah. Why do you sound like a jilted girlfriend talking about how these men were not into you? They just weren't into you. I mean, why do you care? You weren't into them, but they weren't into you, but you're acting as if you're offended of the fact that they didn't find you attractive. They weren't turned on by you.
Vampira. Hey, Komodo. I don't know. I don't know if I'll be okay. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I feel really just low and I don't feel good at all. Yeah, like yeah, I don't want to smoke any more cigarettes. I wish I had shisha, but it won't hurt to ask him. So I don't really want to talk to any of them anymore. I already blocked everybody.
That won't last long. I have a feeling that she's going to try again, that she's going to try to get back on Locale Live, even though nobody likes her over there. She's going to try. Like she wants to make money, and she's seeing how much money is made over there. She's going to try again.
I just don't want to have anything to do with it.
Right now,
Bear. Yeah. Yeah, I'll see Vampira. It would be cool if they could remove my portion, but I don't think that will make much of a difference because it's already whatever.
that's really bugging her. The fact that she went up there, she got clowned, she got roasted, and there's nothing she can do. That really bothers her. The fact that she forgot that it wasn't something on her channel. It's not under her control. She's a narcissist. Narcissists hate when they lose control, when they can't control the narrative. So when she went on the live, she couldn't control the narrative, and she couldn't yank down the live when she realized that it made her look bad. She's really, really bothered over that.
It's just that I just wish I didn't do it.
But you
I
did.
guess, Yeah. But I like the idea of Vampira of just like, seriously, having like a funeral of my past because I'm really not that person anymore.
Yes, you are. Oh, you're worse, actually.
Don't, anytime I regress back and do any of the behaviors I used to do, I don't feel good at all.
You're still doing them. What are you talking about? You're doing mukbangs like you ever did. You're cursing and going at people and going at the reactors like you ever did. What's different about you? Except the fact that you're 200 pounds heavier. What's different about you?
They don't give two shits yet. Boogie's the biggest loco. Faking cancer, grooming a child. Yeah. I know that's it. That's why he's, part of the show. Welcome to Garden for Bees or Tangy. Ready, set, bees. Thank you. Cool. Which ones I put on? Of course, yeah, I used to be. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Anyway. Thanks, Tangy. I don't think I realized like how bad I was hurting. How bad I am hurting. I guess I just feel sorry for myself.
And I love the fact that she did 2 lives before this one and she was fine. So she feels violated. But when she was driving around getting her McDonald's, she didn't feel violated then.
Cool, Abby. That's what the Grace said. She said that her mattress, because she went to her trailer park and she's like, Tina's mattress looks like it was deep fried at McDonald's. So I was watching her stream because I needed something to listen to, and it was drama from Lolcow Live, and I need to just watch more wholesome things. I need to listen to the Quran. I need to do things that are just not mind garbage. Yeah, bear. Alaskan bush. Cool, Abby. No, they didn't, Vampira, because I don't think they did anything wrong. It makes me feel like they look at people like they have no value, especially women, you know?
I think you're mad, Chantal, because you were thinking that you could just, you being Foodie Beauty, you because you had a 100K channel, that you wanted to benefit off of Keemstar, get hired by him, be on his payroll. You were looking to use them, and they ended up using you. But then again, you asked to be used, but you didn't get what you wanted, so now you're mad.
I don't know. Vampira. No, they won't. So I don't even think I want an apology. That's fine, whatever. And if they did,
What are they going to apologize for? The name of the channel is called Lolcow Live. They go at each other all the time, from what you've said. So you knew what you were walking into. Why should they apologize?
Did whatever. I don't care. It's not. It's just that I should respect myself more in general.
Yeah, but you don't.
I never did in my
Yep.
life.
Right.
I don't now.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, ECP. And to a degree, they're right about that. But I don't think that I expected, the minute I get up there for them to be passing my nude picture around and having it made fun of by like 500-pound men with bigger tits than me. I don't know. Sorry, I'm just a little bitter, I guess.
Bang. We finally get to the truth. I'm a little bitter. I'm bitter. Bitter about what? Because you didn't get hired? Because they didn't give you praise? Because it wasn't your hug box? Well, that tends to happen when you step out of your hug box. You step into a different arena. You don't get a hug box. You expected a hug box. You got none. You expected praise. You got none. You jumped into the fire, Chantal, and they roasted you like a marshmallow over the open flame. And now you're bitter because that happened to you and you didn't get the job. And you look like a great big fool. And there's no basis for you to have the stream taken down. You cannot retaliate. You were outsmarted. They asked permission. You gave permission and nothing was shown. You can't do anything. You can't punish Keemstar. You can't punish anybody on the panel. You can't go after anyone. You can't have the live taken down. You're bitter because you cannot control anything over there.
It makes them money, exactly. So many people do things on the internet for money without regarding the feelings of the people that they're doing it to. And that show is no different. And I'm just not cut out for that. So I don't know, Komodo. Hey, Stanji. And I that's why I'm mad. Like, I blame myself. I don't know if I would have a case, Vampira, because that's why he asked me that. He probably asked me that to not for respect for me, but to like get out of any legal implications.
You
Like,
got it.
Yeah, money is way more than values, exactly. And that's why, after I was on the show, I made that video why I want to audition to be a part on the show.
I mean,
But
Chantal,
because like
this is Keemstar we're talking about. Like if he's able to pay people $4,000, $5,000 to be part of a panel, and he's got several people up there, obviously he's making some money. You don't think he knows about the legality of things? How to cover his butt when it comes to certain situations? He knows. You're right. That's exactly why he asked you that. And you should have picked up on that. But you didn't because you thought, oh, he's being respectful. Nah, he's a businessman. He was making sure you couldn't come back later and give him any kind of trouble. Because he probably has heard about your vindictive nature. He was protecting himself. I mean, I don't know Keemstar. I've heard things about him, but he deals with money. So he knows how to protect himself.
There's no amount of money that is worth your values, people. I'm telling you, it's
Shut up. You do feeder requests. Stop it. You farm yourself out to the feeders every single day. That's what Cameo is for feeder requests. You're doing stuff off of YouTube. You farm out your own body and your own health to satisfy the cravings of feeders. You get paid to satisfy their cravings. They want to see you eat copious amounts of food and get bigger and bigger and bigger and sicker, and you comply as long as they throw you some cash and buy you a meal. You farm yourself out to them. You've been doing it for years. And you want to get on here and talk about dignity and respect? When you farm yourself out to men that way, stop it. Just stop it.
really true. People would say, "Why wouldn't you go on the show? Don't you want money?" And like, I was planning on going back on, like, to do a show on Queens and be a
Right. Like, you felt violated, but you were going back up there.
member. I didn't want to audition as a member, but like maybe to do a show if they would compensate me for it. But um, I didn't realize I felt this way until just now. So fluff puff. Exactly. I know that foodie beauty. Yeah, Gulabi, I know. You were dragged as a where, Lanky Annie? On what show? As a fat kid all my life and words heard, I held on to them for a long time.
And I'm sorry, guys, the chat is not it's not matching. I started a few minutes in, and she's still going.
And memories of not using my own words for my defense, but they're just words at the end of the day. True. Yeah, I mean, my cat. I think it just made me realize things about myself. Like I don't spray. I don't, respect myself enough.
You don't respect yourself at all. What are you talking about?
Feeling a bit better, bulging eyeball. Just talking about, oh yeah, teardrop for sure. Just listening to me, Corvus, is helping. Learn from this and move forward. It's the only thing I can do. You're in a new environment. I understand why you may have felt pressured or feeling on the spot. Thanks, Angie. Thanks, Balls. You told me the show, Lockout did? Anyways.
You know what? The longer she talks, the longer she goes on, the more she keeps dragging this out, the more it becomes very clear to me what this was really about. She made this inflammatory title to this live to get people's attention, to get people in the door, because without an inflammatory title, without an inflammatory clickbait title, the most she'll get in live is like 200, 300 people. Right now, she's got 600. She's claiming that she was violated when she never was. And she's looking for those sympathy super chats. So here you are trying to play victim yet again, trying to get money from people. And you might possibly be triggering people in your audience that actually had been victims. Disgusting.
I don't know why. I felt like I had to say something.
But you didn't.
It happened publicly. I felt like I had to say something publicly. I'm actually looking forward to telling Salah how I feel about it, because he's one of the people in my life. Like, I know we've had our bad moments, but I feel like he does really care and love me. And like, even if I have a tummy ache, he's like, he gets so worried about it. Like, do you want me? I'll go to the pharmacy, get you something. Like, he's just so. I know if I'm hurting for this, he'll listen, but he'll get really mad. Not at me necessarily, but I don't know, teardrop. Yeah, my tummy's been shit the past few days. A couple of
Gee, I wonder why. Could it be because you've been taking the Timu Mobile out and going to all those fast food restaurants one after the other? I mean, just today you were talking about before you went out, you had a big meal, your tummy was full. Then you went to a McDonald's and you had another meal on top of the first meal. You just kept going out for food. Yeah, your tummy's going to hurt from all that.
days, it's been really bad.
Is it because you're doing feeder requests, Chantal? Is that why? Because you're desperate for money, you're doing the feeder requests, eating meal after meal, like giving your stomach a break. Yeah, it's going to hurt.
The first time it started hurting, it was like I was sleeping, and I must have had a really bad tummy ache in my sleep, because I was dreaming that I was like in an area where there was like a reception, and I was like, I need to use the washroom really bad.
Here she is going to be making up a fake phony dream. You can always tell when it's a fake phony dream because she always gives all these details, as if Chantal could remember a dream, a long one.
And then I woke up and I had, like, not to be gross, but diarrhea. I would go to the bathroom, be in the bathroom with diarrhea for like 15 minutes. And
Well, could it be also because you have no gallbladder and you're eating greasy, oily food, maybe too much cheese, because that will give you diarrhea if you have no gallbladder.
the minute I would stand up and walk to the bed, the pain would come back, and it would just be like water, 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 water for like the whole day. And it just wore me out. I was like, ugh, like the whole night. I can't remember if it was day or night. I'm just like really distraught and messed up. So, yeah, and I ate more than I have been today, Gulabi, and it didn't. The McDonald's wasn't a good idea. So, anyways, yeah. Hey, Tawny. Yeah, I'm gonna. Vampira, you think so? I don't know.
Chantal, you are so sad fishing right now.
There's a lot of people I would like to sue. You know. Look like Mario. I need some BZ support. Who do we have to beat up? Ew, cigarettes are gross.
You were smoking earlier.
I'm hot, I'm miserable, I can't sleep. I don't feel like finishing my chores. I feel like doing fuck all.
Well, that's normal for you.
I don't want the profits. I guess it just made me feel like cheap. Cool, happy. That's a good idea.
The panel, in my opinion, it was a lot. It was raw. It was chaotic. People over talking each other, yelling and screaming. Chantal's just angry that she can't do her normal of making a fool of herself and saying what she wants to say and dirty deleting the evidence. It is out there. She's mad because Keemstar outsmarted her and there's nothing she can do. She can't do anything about it. She can't go after Keemstar. She can't insist for YouTube to take the live down. Somebody was smarter than her. And she knows that. And she knows that things are as they are. And she's powerless and it bothers her.
This too shall pass. I think I am going to just like make like a whole bunch of like write on a whole bunch of papers like things I fucking hate from my past and just like burn them in the fucking desert. Including swearing. I don't like swearing too much. I really don't. Yeah, Vampira, I agree. Ratchet. A lot of comfort you are, Juice. I just had this on the couch, so I just put it on. Don't care.
You know, it's funny that you mention Julia, Chantal, and how much she loves you. Because my cat Booger, that I've had since she was a baby, like she instantly picks up on my energy. If I'm upset in any way, if I am irritated, she's all over me. She won't leave me alone. But yet here you are allegedly upset and Julia could care less. I think that's rather interesting. Kind of points in the direction that she don't even like you.
I feel really violated. Like, who the fuck did these people think they are
They didn't
asking
violate
to
you.
see those pictures? Like,
They didn't violate you. They did not violate you. It's just that your narcissistic pride is taking a hit. The control freak in you is freaking out because this is something out of your control. That's all it is.
like, like I said, I know we had her slip up with what happened between Salah and I, but if he was like online asking to see that, like in front of like all these people, I would kill him. Like, like their wives are just okay with that. I don't know. It's just weird.
Chantal, let's be real. You are not a real Muslim woman. He's not a real Muslim man. If you were a real Muslim woman, you would not behave the way that you behave. And if he were a real Muslim man, he wouldn't put up with you being profane and vulgar and disgusting. If he were true to the faith, he wouldn't be around you. And if you've been true to the faith, you wouldn't have gone on Locale Live looking for a job, being around people that talk the way that they do. It would not have aligned for your supposed spirituality. You would say to yourself, I'm a Muslim woman now. I have to distance myself from that behavior, not be around people that are engaging in that behavior. But you were eager to get hired. So you did the most and you said the most. You even let them look at pictures of your private parts.
Gulabi, you think so? I'm just gonna burn my past.
Good luck with that.
Forgive myself, not let it affect me.
She says that now.
No, I haven't fully burned my past. Bulging eyeball. This is proof of that. I haven't forgiven myself for it. And yeah, the haters have it, but they can't weaponize it against me if I don't let them.
Yeah, but you do let us. You bring up stuff all the time. And we got the receipts, and that really ticks you off. Boy, that ticks you off. It ticks you off so much.
So, how stupid is it, you know, to hold someone's past against them when they don't live there anymore? They don't live in that.
But that's the thing. You do live there. You live in the past. Your past is your present. That's why everything we say about your past is still relevant, because you haven't changed. The Chantal that you were in Canada, you're is still the same person in Kuwait. They are the same. They are not completely different. If they were different, that'd be a different story. But the person you were in Canada is the same one I'm talking to right now. The same bad habits, the same addictions, the same food addiction, the same rudeness, the same vulgarity, the same lack of manners and hygiene and empathy. You're the same person. The same one. You're not different.
Past. So, yeah. Thanks, ECP. He really, yeah, I know he does. He really does. He didn't want me to ever go back on that show. Like I was like,
And what did you do? You went back on that channel. You were in the comments. You were telling people to suck a D. I got stuff saved on Twitter. I just didn't. I didn't get a chance to show at the front of the video, but you were saying some really nasty stuff. We're gonna get into that in a minute.
I was like, well, trying to bring up points to him. Like, I could make a lot of money. I don't give a shit about money. You're not doing it. He didn't want me on any of those shows. He cares more about me as a person and my personal growth.
He don't care about you. He doesn't care about you as a person or your personal growth. He cares about how it makes him look, his reputation, how it affects his family. I mean, you went up there, for God's sake, talking about his fetish, and you were laughing right along everybody else. He's worried about his image and his reputation and being publicly humiliated by not just the people on the panel, but you as well. He was thinking, how will this affect me? It's not about you and how he cares about you. He cares about, what's the backlash going to be for me?
Than the money. He doesn't care. So thanks, guys. I know you care. Thank you. It is public, but that's fine. Way. Thanks, Vampira. I really appreciate you guys. Like, I know you're like on the internet, but you're real people and you're good people. Like, and if there was no good people in my corner, I don't think I would have.
Beezers, don't be fooled by this. Abusive, controlling, narcissistic people like Chantal, this is what they do. This is so cookie cutter. This is so textbook. Where 1 minute they're yelling at you and putting you down and humiliating you and telling you they don't need you and acting as if they don't need you and they're hurting you. And the next minute they apologize or they draw you close and acting as if they need you. That is how they get their hooks of control in deeper into your skin. so that you can't run away. That's what she's doing right now. People like her, they don't truly value you. They value the control they have over you. And they will manipulate, they will lie, they will cheat, they will steal, they will do what they need to do to keep that control going, because that's how they derive their strength. That is how they feel strong, is by controlling and manipulating other people. They are not truly powerful all into themselves. They are powerful as determined by the number of people they have their hooks into. So if Chantal's by herself, she's powerless. But if she has people around her that she's manipulating and twisting up like pretzels and lying to and getting away with it, she feels powerful. She needs you only when she needs you. And then when she doesn't need you, she forgets about you. I care about you guys so much. But then she'll disappear, make you worry. And she doesn't care how it affects you. And then when she comes back around and you say, well, where were you? We were so worried. She's going to get irritated and block you. I can do what I want. That's a narcissist for you. That's how they play the game.
Ever be on here. Seriously, like, I don't. No, things are fine, Tawny. We don't have to leave. If that ever changes, maybe, but I'm not worrying about that now. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say, how I felt, because I didn't realize it. Thanks, Chorus. That's very true, Vampire. I love that comment. And I do like being a content creator. I do, and I know that I have to take the bad with the good.
I'm sorry. Fake trauma dumping is not creating content. That's sad fishing in the worst possible way. Getting people concerned with a title like this, it's not real content. That's you playing on people's emotions and making them worry when they don't have to worry.
I'm more mad. I want to really emphasize that. I'm more mad at myself.
You
that
should
I
be.
didn't respect myself more. That, you know, G, stood your ground. We all have a past. At least you didn't live in it and have moved on, matured. Don't beat yourself up. You're an online personality. It's hard not to get caught up in a moment. Thank you, G. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it, G. Thank you for following me for so long, too. Can move where? Sorry, I'm going to be picking my nose. I don't want to collide anymore. I just want to just ease and just be at peace. Like, I really don't. I really don't care about the money. We have enough money to live a pretty decent life, and I don't care. I just want peace. I feel like I'm getting older. I just want to, like, for me, what would make me feel so wealthy is if I can get healthy. Like,
well, you're not going to do it there. You can't heal in the same environment that you're hurt in. Chantal, you're an out of control person. How can you be an out of control person and you're trying to gain control by being in an environment where there is no control? There's no structure. You need someone else to take the driver's seat, to take the wheel and drive, because you don't know how. You're driving your vehicle straight into a wall. You got your foot on the gas pedal. If you're a food addict and your problem is food, and you're on a channel promoting your food addiction, and you're actively looking for feeders, and you're doing feeder content, and you're doing the feeder request on Cameo, you built this whole multi-layered system to keep the food addiction going. How can you possibly break it? Especially considering the fact that you use your food addiction to pay your bills. And there's nothing else that you can replace it with. How can you possibly break away? I don't see how. It's just not possible.
No, and I don't think that that's going to happen physically until I fix my brain.
Well, that's not going to happen until you go to therapy, and yet you keep avoiding it.
So I think it would be good to look into like some kind of therapy. It's just I don't feel like they care. I can't get over that feeling.
Oh my God. You know what your problem is, Chantal? You want a therapist or a psychotherapist or a psychiatrist to treat you like a mother or a father or an uncle or an aunt. You want them to have emotion towards you. You want them to be attached to you and pat you on the back and pat you on the butt and coddle you. That is not the job of a professional. What makes them good at their job is not just the education, it's the fact that they have an unbiased opinion, that their emotions are not involved. But you want them to actually care for you. They're not supposed to. They're supposed to help you, not get emotionally attached and involved with you.
I don't feel like they give a shit.
They're not supposed to.
They don't have to, I guess.
No.
If they can just help you deal,
Right.
Or make me realize things that I'm bottling up that like I was bottling this sentiment up. I didn't think that it would ever bug me being on that show and what happened. And Bear, yeah.
Like translation, you went on the show, you made a butt of yourself, you didn't get hired for the job, which made you salty and bitter. Then you thought, well, can I take the live down? But then you figured out, well, that's not going to happen. So your fifis got hurt, and you just had to come on here and paint yourself the victim and say that you feel violated. The end.
I used all the Kleenex in this house. Sorry. I know I'm gross. I just want to I don't know. Yeah, it's hard, eh? Tony, I know. Hard tea. Yeah, Vampire, I have to learn to just really move on. I don't want to feel like that anymore. I think until I really am living a clean lifestyle for a long time, People are just always going to know me for my gross story times. Bulging eyeballs for you. Oh, the super stickers are so cute. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Chantal, you're never going to completely get past that reputation that you built for the last 8 years. I mean, that's a long time. You didn't stop and think about the long standing repercussions of what you do on YouTube. You're never going to be able to completely escape it. It's going to follow you.
Be kind to yourself, yeah. Hey, Apple 8. I'm just venting about the show and the OnlyFans pics. Anyway. I feel exhausted. Yeah, you have to be a member to be in their Discord. This is Sam Ripazidi. You make me laugh. Yeah. Thanks, Landy, for your support. I really appreciate you guys. Like, you have no idea.
Like she got her feet hurt, so she ran to her hug box. Probably hoping that the hug box would send her money if she cried hard enough.
There's a members only Discord. Yeah, ECP. Toby, sir. It made me think of my past because they were bringing up my past, and um it made me feel low, like becoming a hijabi and like having faith in God, having faith in something. Thanks, teardrop. Yeah, I should. There's no Foodie Discord, no. Um, I guess like covering up when I used to expose so much of myself, it's literal, but it's also symbolic. Like I feel more respectful of myself. And
Chantal, did you forget about that entire video that you did? You're wearing it looked like a tablecloth, but the floral abaya, you said outright, like one of the reason why you put the abaya on was because it covered your body. You weren't confident about your body. And then even before that, when you were living with Pete's, there was one live stream that you were doing in the kitchen with Pete's, and you asked him, do you have to be Muslim to wear the hijab? And he said, probably. And she goes, then you shrugged your shoulders and said, well, I guess I'm a Muslim. I mean, you just said it so in passing. You weren't taking it seriously. It's like, oh, I guess I'm a Muslim then. You've never taken it seriously. You've never taken it into your heart.
made me realize I don't think I was okay with doing that stuff in the past.
Oh, you were more than okay.
Yeah, bulging eyeball. Yeah. Um no, I appreciate it, Tawny, but I'm okay here right now. Trust me, I'm okay. It's very safe here in the Gulf countries. Um
Moving ahead a bit.
Bear. I think I blocked them. Yeah, I did. Even religious people who are born religious are not perfect and not angels themselves. That's a good point. I need to remind myself of that. But anyway. Yeah. Yeah, Lisa, that's true. It's between you and God. And that is true. I always say that. It's hard realizing how you feel inside. It's crazy how the mind just just erases things to protect yourself from these feelings. It's all shit. I don't even know why I wanted to be on that show.
Attention, money. You thought they're a mess and I'm a mess, so I could fit into their mess and make money too.
I think I could make a better podcast if I wanted to.
Let's see you do it. I mean, you got your 100K channel. Why don't you do panels on your own channel? Let's see you put that together.
The important people in your life are the ones that will believe in you always and stand by your side. That's true, Teardrop. That's something I'm really learning. Yep. Yep. Maybe he is, Lisa. Maybe. Yeah, Katie. Oh, were you their friend, Bear? Bulging eyeball. I might. I don't know. We'll see. Tony, that's a good idea, but I miss you guys if I take time off.
Yeah, she needs her attention fix. Chantal's addiction for attention is as powerful as her addiction to food. She's got to have attention. You can't give her enough attention. She's always needing more.
I don't know. If I'm ever gone for a while, I've needed some time off. That's all. Don't worry about me. Friend watches me so much. And I don't know if it was a troll. Thank you, Teardrop. Okay. Thank you, Eva. I appreciate it. I don't know, like bulging eyeball. Maybe in the future I could do, because I think also the show made me realize, like watching the show, that um Bear. It's a Samsung Galaxy S20 something Ultra. I don't know if it's 23, 22. I think it's 22 Ultra. Take time off, moment, relax. Everyone needs an emotional and mental break now and then. Thank you, Tawny. I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you so much. It's just a troll. Really, Lizzie, of the 23? That's right, Teardrop. I share it with your sister. We're all sister beezers. Honestly, you guys, the Beezer Army, you guys are amazing. I really appreciate you guys. Like, seriously. You're there for me, I guess, like, my family is too. Like I said, I don't like burdening my family, even though technically I know that anybody can see this. I doesn't feel that way unless I tell them in person. It's so weird. I don't need a break. Those idiots need a break. Thank you, ECP. Thanks, guys. We all just need someone, you know? And I just feel sorry for myself. Like in a weird little girl, like all the way back to when I'm a little girl.
Yeah, you're sad fishing right now. You made this title, you got everybody concerned and worried. You know, you got your fifis hurt. Now you're needing your hug box, and you're hoping your hug box will give you money for feeling sad.
It's like when
You want people to compensate for you for being stupid and getting up on a panel and acting stupid and talking stupid and being completely out of pocket and soliciting sexual acts with strangers. And those words that were coming out of your mouth. You want people to pay you for being dumb.
when things like this happen and you feel devalued, every single thing that's the way someone's treated you, that's like somehow traumatized you, like it doesn't have to be like a huge amount of abuse, for example. But you remember like when those people threw the tomatoes at me, when you remember when people do something, or like somebody saying
You know what, Chantal? You're telling this story about how you were bullied in school. I'm not sure I believe that, and I'll tell you why. Because other people have come forward and said that you were a mean girl in school, that you were a bully. You were a bully. And I would think someone like yourself, that you're claiming that you were bullied, that after being bullied by others, you would make a point not to be mean to others, but you are extremely mean. So, how did you go from being someone that you were bullied in school to being a bully on YouTube and taking absolute pleasure in hurting people as much as you can? How do you go from being bullied in school to getting on the internet and telling a woman who just lost her mother that her mother is worm food? Want to explain that? Would you really? Because I got bullied all through school. And I didn't become a complete asshole in my later life and was mean to people. No, that's you. That is so you.
something really awful to you as a kid, like sometimes you remember those things, and it just made me think of all those bad things, and I just felt really sorry for myself. And I felt like I should have stuck up for myself more and loved myself more and valued myself more. And I didn't, and I let myself down, and I let my husband down because it's not just not appropriate what I did. Yeah, true, bulging eyeballs. I guess Instagram would be the best way. What is my Instagram? Does anyone know? Do you remember Teardrop what my Instagram is? Eventually, idiot, but I feel bad calling you that, but that's your name. Can I call you some? Thanks, Kitty. But I can't go right now. Megan posted a video on Boogie and his fake cancer story. Yeah, I know. Foodie the Beauty? No. Do you know what my Instagram? Oh, Foodie Beauty OG. Thank you guys. All one word. Foodie Beauty OG. Yeah, thank you. Oh, a cat. No way, Cat Cafe? Are you gonna go?
Is she eating again? She better not be eating again.
It is draining doing reaction. It really is, Carolina. I don't know how they do it daily.
I've had a long day of you reacting to you. I'm tired. Go to bed, Chantal.
Bottle of Gas X. That's the thing. I don't want to be gross, but jeez, I needed gas X. Cheese pieces. Oh yeah. No, use thinly sliced. Oh, thinly sliced cabbage is a good idea too. You think the onion will make it too gas?
Okay, this is ridiculous. She starts out the stream saying she feels violated, and now she's talking about food. I'm done. It's like 1 in the morning anyway. I am so done. Again, I am so sorry, y'all, that there's no intro to this. It just felt like a stream where she was gonna delete it by morning, so I had to catch it. I didn't know how much there was gonna be. I didn't know what she was gonna say, so I had to just jump on it immediately. I got a feeling by the time I wake up in the morning, this is gonna be gone. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Apologies for me getting mad and using bad words, but nothing I hate worse than a fake victim getting online and saying something like, I feel violated when they never were. You know, like the fuckery is real. So I'm out, y'all, and I hope you guys have a good night. Take care. Bye bye.